I have a lot of things because before now, Baribote went to Court of Arbitration, challenging FIFA that they are trying to interfere on two grounds. One was that FIFA said Blatter wrote a letter, FIFA, in the name of FIFA to Amaju, congratulating him.
Yes.
That is recognizing Amaju election.
Yes.
Then the other one was that there was a letter threatening to ban Nigeria when Giwa got judgment from the High Court. So FIFA, sorry, in their contention said that letter was a personal letter from said Blatter. That is not a recognition to Amaju, Pinnick. So it was on that basis, CAS now dismissed the appeal, that since they are not interfering, because considering Article 17 of FIFA laws, that all affiliates must be independent to manage their own affairs without third-party interference. So if you have used that to get judgment in your favor by not interfering, will you now write letter imposing Amaju on Nigerian government because Amaju helped them in the last election, in CAF election, by removing Isayatu? And of course, you know that next year is the next election, and they needed Amaju to canvass for the next vote. So if it is very clear that it's an internal matter, why are you now imposing somebody on the Nigerian Football Federation?
Imposition. Well, some people will say that there was an election, but let's quickly go to Lagos now. I think another perspective is waiting for us in Lagos.
Well, yes, indeed. We've got George Alu here with us. Thank you for coming on this morning. You just heard him say that, look, this is an empty threat. FIFA, it cannot impose certain things upon us. It will not stand.
Well, let me start here, Chamberlain, by saying that we need to tell Nigerians the truth. The man that is saying that, Baribote Rumsin, is a very good friend of mine, very, very good friend. But the truth is that we shouldn't deceive Nigerians. The truth is that if FIFA threatens you, it is not an empty threat. We have agreed as a nation to abide by FIFA rules and regulations. We are duty-bound to do so. We can't do this our own way. That is the truth. I was listening to Barry, like I told you, he's my friend, but we have a responsibility. I am a journalist anyway. I am not an interested party. Barry is an interested party, so it's a different ballgame. I can appreciate where he is coming from. But as a journalist, I am not an interested party. But I need to inform Nigerians what the rule says. We just can't do things our own way. It's not possible. We shouldn't be playing politics with the youth of Nigerians, with Nigerian football moving forward. If we have signed to be part of FIFA, we should abide by FIFA rules.
But he says this is an internal matter.
Yes, it is an internal matter. Okay.
When he had an issue with Nigeri.
Come to look at it. Internal matter. NFF has in place mechanisms to deal with such internal matters. Even after every election, you have an appeals committee. And if you are not satisfied with that appeals committee set up by the Soccer Federation, because it could still be manipulated the Nigerian way, you now take it to those who will not do manipulation. And that is where you have the opportunity to go to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, CAS.
Not our own court.
Not our own court, because you have accepted. I'm not saying that Nigerian judiciary is not the problem. The problem is those that are taking football matters to the judiciary.
So we're not bound by laws,
we have our
judgment
own
of judiciary?
No, I said what I'm saying is this. Nigerian laws, yes. Nobody is saying that you should throw away Nigerian law. We're a sovereign nation. You understand me? But don't forget that sovereign nations go into international bodies accepting to abide by the rules of those international bodies. Like in the case of Nigeria, as a sovereign nation, we have agreed to be part of FIFA. And we have to follow FIFA's rules and regulations. We don't play local politics here with football. And in this case, for instance, this issue under discussion, the Giwa Pinnick issue, Giwa has gone to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Let's assume that those within Nigeria will play politics with it. I don't have any doubt about that. You understand? Because they have vested interest. Because this same appeals committee was set up by the Soccer Federation, isn't it? But you have taken your case to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. And if at that level, CAS says that you don't have a case, why must Nigerian football crumble because of personal interest and all that?
But
I don't think it should get to that level.
What do we do with the Supreme Court ruling of April 27, 2018?
Like I said, I don't want to go into the issue of Supreme Court ruling and all that because the case is still in court, isn't it? Let us not dwell on that because by the time we dwell on that, we may be running far.
Because they're saying that even the one of the Federal High Court, I think Abuja, on the 5th of June as well, they're saying, look, until those matters are vacated, yes, Amaju Pinnick cannot be the NFF president.
Yes, that is what the court says. But even at that, I am not a lawyer. I don't want to go to technical legal issues that I will not be talking from an informed opinion. You understand me? But what I'm saying is that basically what is playing out here is a case of some people, for selfish reasons, wanting this country to be banned from playing international football. And I don't think it should get to that level.
What would they benefit?
Because for somebody to tell me that FIFA threat is empty, that amounts to naivety. It is not. But it's either you want to respect FIFA laws or you don't want to play international football. It is not an empty threat. That is the truth.
He talked about the NFF statutes as approved by FIFA. Yes. Are you not concerned about that? Where the NFF is said to be a private concern and bound by the laws of Nigeria.
Okay. If NFF is a private concern bound by the laws of Nigeria and we now decide to do things in our own way, that means that NFF should be ready, we should, as Nigerians, be ready to play our football here without being part of FIFA. It's as simple as ABCD. If we want to go by that rules, that, okay, this is what...
But from what he says, FIFA approved of those statutes?
No, FIFA did not say, FIFA said that if you check, see, when you interpret these things, you interpret it the way it suits you, isn't it? FIFA says that the Soccer Federation for internal matters can set up panels that can look into issues. And when you are not satisfied with those internal matters, as it were, where do you go to? Rather than go to the ordinary court, you go to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, where you can now get justice. If CAS had endorsed Giwa's case, we shouldn't be talking about this. By now, it would have been a fait accompli, because whatever CAS says is final. That is when you want to abide by international statutes, rules and regulations governing FIFA. We are not an island to ourselves. That is the truth. So whoever is telling you that FIFA laws are empty, that they should have just given us 24 hours notice. Look at Ghana, for instance. Ghana have decided to go and negotiate with FIFA and find a roadmap.
But they don't have the same...
And don't forget that
it's not the same case.
It's not even the same issue. What is playing out in Ghana is a case of corruption. And FIFA has taken steps, immediate steps. Yakati himself has been banned from football activities. He has resigned as Ghana FA president. So nobody is talking about FIFA here condoning corruption. CAF themselves has banned all the people that are involved in that corruption issue. What we are talking here in Nigeria is not a case of corruption. It's not a case of, if Amaju is found to be corrupt tomorrow, nobody will support him. You understand what I'm saying? What we are talking here is two different issues. So it's not a case of Amaju being corrupt or whatever. It's a case of an election took place. Which one was recognized by FIFA? It was the election that was conducted in Warri. The one that was conducted in Abuja had no FIFA supervision. Congress members were not part of it. Some people gathered themselves and conducted an election in the name of NFF. But the one that was conducted that had seal of approval by FIFA is that of Warri. But if you are contesting it, which you have a right to contest it, you follow the right channels. You must not bring down Nigerian football. If you follow the right channels, if you didn't get judgment here, go to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. And those who are challenging this are gone to Court of Arbitration for Sports. So why are they coming back home to hold up the country to ransom?